Three, two, one. Hi there, Robin here, and today we're talking about the Mackie Thump12V4. This is their fourth version, their fourth interpretation of this speaker. They've been doing refinements, subtle adjustments, making it better than it was before, and they've taken it up a notch. So if you're looking for a speaker, I hope this video helps you out a bit. Now, I know that you're probably here thinking, is this the right speaker for me? Does it have what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a reasonably priced, high power, high reliability, easy to operate, fun to use, strong speaker. Now, if you're looking for a party speaker, this is the rare occasion that I'm going to say that an actual speaker that's classified as a PA speaker will handle a party situation. Usually that's not going to happen in your 12s and 15s, this one of course being the 12, but in this case absolutely. And if you're looking for something, let's say for portability as a DJ to start off with, or you're looking for karaoke use, or you're looking for just your backyard or your workshop and you're thinking, I'd like to have one or two of these, is it going to be easy, is it going to be convenient to use? Now, if your intention is to hook this up with a microphone, oh yes, then this is definitely a speaker for you. Power-wise, don't get thrown off by all the numbers, because there's a lot of numbers and they do throw them all out to you. It's 1400 watts peak. It's running off a D-class power amplifier. Power consumption is only 300 watts. But this is the magic part, nobody tells you, is that the capacitors inside and the processor and the amp chip and the filters are more important than the big number on the box to generate the big sound. So in this case, it's got a very clean power supply that's going to generate pure power into the D-class. The D-class works by switching on and off, and it helps generate more and more power as it needs it. Now, the important part is it does have a limit. It is about 300 watts in that case, but more importantly, with the capacitors, what capacitors do, they act as a reservoir, somewhere to store the power. So when we're not playing the hard-hitting notes, the hard-hitting sounds, it fills the capacitors up to the rim. And then when it needs that extra power, it'll pull it from the capacitors because it only needs it for a punch. Bang, bang, bang. That's all. The rest of the time, it's just refilling, refilling, refilling. That's how you get such a big punch out of this. Now, because the amplifier, the speaker, and the box were all designed at the same time by a wonderful team of engineers, you're going to have a speaker that can reproduce sound as low as 39 hertz. That's a big bass. That's without the subwoofer. That's the unit itself. Now, of course, the more you're going to punch into that bass territory, you're going to have to dial back on the overall volume. But they do make it super easy to manage and take care of the speaker all on its own. So again, simple Bluetooth capability, multiple XLR inputs. This is more than just a powered speaker. It's a powered system now. And of course, if you get two of them, you can do a whole bunch of extra things on it. The one thing I do want to demonstrate for you today is the features located on the back, because that's the magic. Now, of course, there is an app for this, but that's a completely different video. This is really to help you decide if this is the right speaker for you. Again, regardless if you're using it just for your own personal entertainment, or you're going to be using it to actually fill a room or a space or outdoor event, and you're looking between 50 to 150 in a space, or you're looking for, like, I need something for, you know, the weekend baseball game, this will do it for you. That'll get the job done. Again, if you're going to DJ between 50 and 150 people at a wedding or a special event or a corporate, you can pull it off with these guys. This gets you started for your future in actually doing professional work to get paid for. So this is a speaker that'll do that for you. Now, of course, if you need more power, you're going to have to spend more money. But for sure, this is a great place to start. There's lots of speakers in this price category, but right now, I've been this and that when it comes to Mackie in the Thump series, but with the V4, they've hit it on the nail head. They've got it done right this time. They did their job. They did their homework. They've tweaked it to the point that it's really working well. It's good for someone who's just going to play live in a band or in a garage band, or in somebody who's going to go to the bar or the restaurant or the pub and perform there. It will do the job. And if you're going to use it for a party or DJing or anything like that, it'll also work in that event too. So the one thing I want to show you is how easy. Everybody's always worried about feedback. If you're going to use it, let's say for karaoke, because I haven't really brought that up too much, but people absolutely are going to use it. Now, if you are going to use it in the microphone, you're not a sound engineer. You're not a technician. That's not what you've done. This is something that's easy enough for anybody to use. And it's so simple that on the back of the speaker, they have 3 buttons in the middle. These 3 buttons are magic buttons. First one is for outdoor mode. It recontours this entire speaker automatically, so you don't have to know how to do it. It makes the speaker sound as good outdoors as it would indoors, which is a big difference compared to a lot of other speakers where you have to figure out what the magic is. The second button is called music docking. See, there's two actual inputs on the back of the speaker. The first one is for mics or anything else, like a line input. That's like the way they like to call it. So think of keyboards, think of controllers, mixers, anything you may want to plug into the back of the speaker. Two inputs. The second one is dedicated as an actual line input. It's line number 2. It even has a 3.5 jack, so that's really good. That means you don't have to spend extra money if you're just trying to plug in, let's say, a projector or a laptop just using a 3.5 cable. That could work on the back here, but the most important thing is it's got a proper connection for that. Now, the difference between those two plugs, technology-wise, is the fact that the first one also acts as a mic line. It has a button on the back that says mic. So I can press that when I'm using a microphone and change the impedance and the gain on that first channel. But more importantly, it makes it different from the other channels. So when I use a feature called music docking basically pulls the volume down. That means you've got music playing, but now you have to do an announcement, or somebody else has to do an announcement. By simply talking on the microphone, it will drop the volume and then later bring the volume back up to normal just by talking on it. So again, if you plug a microphone in, it will just simply do that for you. Turn up the gains on both and you'll see it magically happen if you push that button that says music docking. Now, the last button, the third button, that's my favorite, is the feedback eliminator. Feedback's that squelchy noise, that whoosh whistle sound that you get because the microphone's too close to the speaker. Now, if you have a speaker, you have a party all is, you know all about that. This guy finds what's causing the feedback and gets rid of it, throws it right out the door. It's not in your house. It's not at your event. It's not in your customer's ears. It's gone. How easy is that? Well, look at this. I'm going to turn the speaker around just like that, and I'm going to talk on it while I do it because I've turned it on. I plugged it in. Let's get this guy turned around this way. Let's turn this all up here so this way everybody hears what's going on. Let's make that happen. I don't want to go over too much on the actual game. We're going to leave my microphone. So now, just before I talk on it, I'm going to take my microphone off. I'm going to leave my microphone over here. Why did I do that? Because, well, I've got the volume up pretty good, and now I'm going to just talk in front of the speaker. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's looking for the feedback. It wants the feedback. It wants to go. But no, here we are. Look at that. You should not be this close to the speaker. This is crazy. This shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be able to do this. That's how good this speaker is. So there you go. If you're looking for a great, powerful speaker, that does an awful lot for you. And again, we haven't even talked about how easy the Bluetooth is on the unit, or how easy it is to pair two speakers, or how convenient the app is for doing all kind of fun things. And the fact that if you don't like apps, guess what? It's secret. You don't have to use it. It'll just work on its own. So there you go, as I put my lapel back on it. That's how nice the speaker is. Again, I can talk about the speaker for an awful long time, but we're going to try and keep this short and easy and sweet for you. So this speaker is definitely worth looking at. If you're thinking of getting it, by all means, add it to your cart. It's there for you, and I hope this video helps you out. There's other videos that will guide you through the path of how to hook it up and how to do all those kind of things. But for today, for now, for you, is it worth the money? The answer is absolutely yes. Do I like it? For sure. Is it right for you? Only you can decide. I can't make that choice for you. I really can't. I mean, I can help you, guide you through the buying decision, but that's what I'm here for, to guide you, not tell you. So other people do the other way around, but that's not the way I roll. I'm just here to help. Well, I hope this worked out for you. Maybe I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.